What's up, wrestling fans? It's the Emerald Enthusiast of the Multiverse Musings Podcast Network. Here with a look at the Jazwares All Elite Wrestling figure of Luchasaurus. If you've seen my other AEW figure videos, you know that I really like the Jazwares packaging for these figures, so let's take a closer look at that packaging now. Here's the gold foil lettering that says Unrivaled Collection. Here's a nice studio shot of Luchasaurus. Here's more gold foil lettering for the name. On the side of the packaging, we get the AEW logo. Much the same on the opposite side. This is actually figure number 41 from Series 5. On the back, we get headshots of the other figures available in this wave. You can see the figure framed well within the bubble here. I'd certainly like that. There's the alternate set of hands. And here's a shot of Luchasaurus with the replica autograph from Double or Nothing 2019 in Las Vegas, Nevada. And now I think it's time to bust this figure out of the package and see what's inside. Here's the figure free of the outer carding, but still in the inner plastic. And here we see Luchasaurus out of the package and ready to rumble. This figure is amazing, just based on aesthetics, and I do like Luchasaurus as a wrestler, but just based on aesthetics, I think this might be the best figure in the Jazwares AEW line so far. There's just so much to like about it. It's amazingly detailed. So let's go ahead and take a look at the details now. So this lower body is really amazing. You can see all the sculpting. Here, these tassels that are on the back of the legs. All these wrinkles that have been sculpted into the knee pads. And this like specialized footwear that he has. It's just very well done here. Now the knee pad, although I like it, I like the color choice and I like how it's molded. It does hinder the knee a little bit, but since it's a separate piece, you can actually just move it up. And then you can still articulate the knee, so that's welcomed. There's also good articulation in the ankle, so as far as getting him into a pose, you have lots of options there. In terms of the rest of the tights, you get this reptilian print, which I certainly appreciate that. There's the thigh cut here that gives you more articulation and therefore more posing options. I certainly appreciate that. This piece to the trunks, very pliable. It's a separate piece. I don't think you can get it off. I don't see any way to get it off, but it is very easy to move around. So if you're doing like a kicking pose, that's not going to get in your way at all. The front articulation to, try to make him kick forward is a little suspect, but the side kicking motion is really good. So yeah, that's pretty impressive there. Only goes back so far, but again, I like the fact that we can get him to kick out like this. And again, you can work with him a little bit and get him to kick forward. He just doesn't kick high, which is that's a little bit of a shame because Luchasaurus does have great flexibility. So yeah, overall, I like the way that the paint application have been put on here. And again, I like this piece. I like the fact that it's very pliable and that you can move it. So yeah, certainly appreciate the work that went into this. When it comes to the hips and lower torso. Speaking of the torso, you do get some limited movement with the lower torso here, and I don't know if mine's especially tight or if that's as far as it goes on all the figures. You do get the rest of the movement up here. This swivel up here will give you some good backwards movement like that. That's impressive. You can get him to go side to side. So again, you can move that around a little bit if you want to put him into a kicking pose. But I have to say, like, the sculpting's amazing. You see like all these individual abdominal muscles. The pectorals are done very well. And then you get the accuracy here with all of this tattooing. That's really impressive by Jazwares. I mean, just look at all that detail. That couldn't have been easy to do. So yeah, so maybe there's a little bit of a questionable movement to the torso, but as far as just aesthetics, you have to appreciate what they've done. So let's take a look at the arms here. Here you see the right arm, and there's good paint on this. You also get this hinge joint here. I appreciate that. There's more of that detail on the hands. I like the molding here on the arms. That looks really good. You see all those individual laces. Double jointed elbows, swiveling at the bicep. Moves out very well. So you get that much motion there. Moves around 360 degrees. So I appreciate that. Here on the other arm, this is even more impressive because, again, you've got even more tattooing over here. That looks really good. Same thing over here. You get this hinge with the hand. And let's go ahead and take a look at the alternate hands. So along with the open hands, we get these gripping hands. So I was able to change this out without any problem. It fit into the port very well. But I have to say, now that I look at it, I think the gripping hands might be a little undersized. You see that there. I think maybe the palm is too small. And maybe even the finger's too short. So I have to say, I definitely think that I'm going to leave this displayed with the open hands. But I'm happy that we did get an alternate set of hands. So the highlight of this figure is this exquisite head sculpt. And you can see here, so much time had to be put into this to get all these details correct. I mean, look at that. You can see like all the straps on the mask that converge back here in the back of his head. The hair is really well done. You can see the individual strands, but it's also pliable, so it doesn't hinder the articulation. So I appreciate that. The paint applications on the mask, it's amazing. You get this this texturing here that gives you that reptilian look, but the gold and the green or aqua sections, whatever you want to call these, very well done. There's no like bleeding of one color over to the other. I really like the choice of having the tongue out, and that looks amazing. And even like here in the beard, you can see like, the little bit of liquid that comes off of his tongue. That's kind of mixed into the beard. So I really like that element of realism there. See the eyes pretty well. They don't look lifeless. They are kind of far back because that's the way that the mask looks. But man, it's just really impressive. I like the detail on the braid over here. Look at that. All the detail on the braid. So, yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of Luchasaurus, obviously, you know his mask very well. It's a very unique aspect to him as a wrestler. It's, a unique aspect to him as a figure. This just looks really good, and I think this is one of the primary reasons that, this figure stands out among the Jazwares line. I certainly hope you have enjoyed this review. If so, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned at the end of the video for some articulation shots. And also remember to catch me on the Multiverse Musings vidcast available right here on YouTube, where we not only cover everything in the comic book world, but we also cover professional wrestling. And I'll be back to the internet with more action figure related content soon. But until we meet again, this has been the Emerald Enthusiast, and thanks for watching.